the 18 Strong Podcast with Jeff Pellizzaro, episode number 1.
Welcome to the 18 Strong Podcast, where you get direct access to the world's greatest experts on training harder, practicing smarter, and playing better golf. Now, here's your host, Jeff Pellizzaro.
Hey, what's up, everybody? First, I want to welcome you guys to the very first episode of the 18 Strong Podcast, and just want to say thank you for coming and listening. I'm your host, Jeff Pellizzaro, and I just want to take a few minutes today, first of all, just to tell you who I am, what this podcast is all about, and basically why I decided to start the 18strong.com website, as well as what you're listening to here, which is the 18 Strong Podcast. So first, I want to make sure that you're in the right place. This podcast, as well as our site, 18strong.com, is specifically made for the golfer. That's what we wanted to do when we created both of these. We wanted to find people like you, guys and girls that want to work out. They look forward to working out. They know that for their golf game, that's going to help them play better. And so hopefully that's you. That's why you're here. We want to target people that aren't afraid to train hard, whether that be in the gym, on the course, on the range, working on their mental game. We want people that are looking to play smarter golf, myself included. I'm looking to learn as much as I can, and that's one of the selfish reasons that I have for starting this podcast is, learning how to play a smarter game as well as working your tail off in the gym and otherwise. And overall, do you just want to play better golf? Learn from the best of the best in the world, the people that are working with the guys on tour, people like myself that work on a daily basis with people in the gym that are looking to do these things, to get stronger, hit a ball further, be able to have longer endurance on the tee, on the course. So again, if that's what you're looking for, then I think you found the right place with the 18 Strong Podcast. Now, I don't want to take up a whole lot of your time today. Today really is just an introduction of myself, of the podcast. If you haven't been able to tell yet, I'm very new to the podcasting game and really just kind of started this as kind of a passion project, something that I work with every day as golfers. I love working with golfers. I've gotten hooked on the game. And so today what I wanted to do is just kind of give you a simple introduction to not only myself, but the podcast and kind of a quick overview, a quick vision and the format of what's going to go on the episodes to come. And hopefully we'll have many, many of those that you'll come back to listen to. So let me give you a little bit of background on myself. Again, I'm Jeff Pellizzaro. What's up? Great to meet you guys. Hopefully I do get to meet you someday in the future at some point, whether that be over the internet or in person at some sort of an event. But basically, my background is physical therapy. I'm born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I have 3 kids and a lovely bride. Grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, went to school in Kansas City, and got my physical therapy degree. And in 2002, began starting to work in the clinical setting, working with general population, back pain, neck pain, lots of general orthopedic injuries, but also got a chance to work with several athletes, getting them back on the field, on the course, from injuries like rotator cuff repair, low back surgeries, ACL tears, that type of stuff, and really kind of enjoyed working with the athletes. Over the course of time, in about 6 years of clinical work, I decided to kind of make a transition. I had the opportunity to go and work actually in this very same facility for a young lady that had started a golf fitness company and had started working with some of the top players in the St. Louis area and from other areas of Missouri. And so I got to start working under her, learned a lot from her, and then when our paths kind of separated, I then took the current clientele that I had and started to build up a bit of a I don't want to say a following of my own, but started to build up a pretty good golf fitness business clientele, working with, the top amateurs in town, some of the guys that were, working on the mini tours and Nationwide or Web.com tour, which it came to be. And and really started to get involved in, the golf fitness side of things. And then I went and I got certified through the Titleist Performance Institute, and have now since been certified through the fitness level 2 portion. And then had a chance to go down to Florida and spend some time with Matt Kuchar's swing coach, Chris O'Connell, and Jim Hardy, and some of those guys, and ended up getting certified as a golf swing instructor through the Plain Truth organization. Not so I could teach and give lessons, but more so I could understand the golf swing, what these instructors were trying to get these players to do, and how I could then benefit and help them do that, and how I could get their bodies working and figure out what might be wrong with the body. So, when you're looking at your swing and trying to fix certain faults, is there something physically limiting you that might be causing a poor pattern in your motion or your swing? And that's what I wanted to look at. So that's kind of why I went and got that certification, as opposed to becoming a swing coach. So then after getting certified and everything, myself and a good friend of mine, John Benny, we call him Crash, we started our sports performance center here in St. Louis, which is called Elevated Performance. And we work primarily with athletes, really of all ages, all levels. But Crash specializes specifically in working with hockey players from the amateur, junior level to the professional level. We have several NHL players coming through our doors. We've got the best of the best in St. Louis as far as the AAA teams that are in the region, and a lot of the college guys that are going off to play some legit hockey and junior hockey come through our doors as well. So we've got that side, and then we've also got the golf fitness side, which is kind of the niche that I've kind of fallen in love with, and that's why I'm here. That's kind of what brought about the 18 Strong podcast as well. So not only that, I'm a guy that has become a hacker of a golfer. I did not play golf growing up. Didn't, maybe a charity event here or there, but never owned a set of clubs until I was till after college. And really didn't fall in love to the game until I started working physically with golfers, and really got to understand the ins and outs of the game, the swing, and get to see on a daily basis what these guys and gals are going through. And I just love to get out there and play too. So selfishly, again, being able to do this for a living, it's pretty incredible. To be able to use the excuse to go out and golf and say that it's part of my job, and I have to do that with clients on occasion, is fantastic. So don't tell my wife that I overuse that excuse, but really it's been kind of a blessing to be able to do this. And so the whole way that 18 Strong came about, both the website and the podcast, really has to do with the fact that for a while I had been keeping up a blog, and it was just called jeffpelizero.com. It has since been basically shut down, and I kind of have transferred some stuff over. But it was something that I enjoyed doing. I really enjoyed writing. I just kind of ran out of time with kids and work and the new business and everything. So I kind of put that on hold, and have now wanted to branch out and start doing that again. But another reason that I decided to start this podcast and the website is I found that as I was really getting into the fitness side, the golf side, I was doing some research and looking for, as much information as I could find on golf fitness. And really outside of the Titleist Performance Institute, which I'm a huge fan of. I love the guys over there, have worked with them a little bit and have learned a ton from them. But outside of the TPI website, which really I find is geared not quite as much to the golfer as it is very much to the fitness pros, and having the fitness pros and medical professionals and swing coaches learn things that they can then utilize for their clients. I was finding it hard to really dig up some good, solid information on fitness for the golfer. There's a ton of stuff out there about stretching and how to make yourself more mobile and some different drills that you can do. But, I wanted to learn more about how do these guys on tour really train their tour players. What are they doing in the off season? What are they doing on a weekly basis when they're having their, when they're in a tournament, when they are playing Thursday through Sunday. What are these guys doing? What are they doing in the fitness trailers? What are they doing? How does it work? How do these fitness guys, do they travel with their golfers? Do they design a program for them that they do on their own? So I wanted to find more information on not just what I could do with my clients, because that was a big part of it. I wanted to learn more so I could be a better trainer, therapist, and give them better information. But also as a golfer, I kind of wanted to understand, how does this work? What are some of the things that they're doing to improve their game so I can tie it into my game or into my workouts? But then obviously I would also do the same thing for my clients and hopefully allow them to get to that next level. But I found that, there's tons of fitness sites out there. There's tons of websites where I can go and find information on strength training. One in particular is one that a lot of fitness and trainers read, fitness guys and trainers read, is something called T Nation. And it's more of it's kind of a hardcore strength training site. And I was like, you know what, why isn't there something like this for golf fitness where golfers can go, golfers that, are interested in working out. They're not necessarily going to go see a trainer because they may have some background with sports. So somebody like you that, wants to train, maybe hasn't taken the time to go see a fitness professional, doesn't want to go see a fitness professional. But why isn't there something out there where you can just go and find all of that information in one place? And there are a ton of blogs out there starting to become more fitness blogs for golfers. But a lot of those are just simply guys like me just putting out their information, and which is great. And I find a lot of great useful information from different people that I follow. But we wanted to create something a little bit different. So, and I say we because my cousin Ryan McMullen, who, if you go to our website, you'll find Ryan and you'll see his picture on there. Ryan and I have been wanting to do something online for a couple of years now. Ryan's actually in the marketing business and does some online stuff, but we had been talking about doing some online things, in the golf space. And so I mentioned him. I'm like, hey man, I've been looking for this stuff. I can't find it. And so, of course, Ryan's brain says, well, why don't we create that website? Let's do it. And so at first I was kind of like, well, that's okay. That's a little bit over my head. It's a little different than the, measly little blog that I was doing, but let's give it a whirl. So getting into this project, which came about, 6 months ago to a year ago, really, we just decided, okay, we want it to be different. We want it to be different than just every other fitness blog out there. So first, we don't want it to just be me, Jeff Pellizzaro. I don't know everything, and I'm smart enough to know that I'm not smart enough to know everything, if that makes sense. So in my experience, I've been able to really get to know and converse with some of the best fitness professionals around, and I'm hoping to connect with a lot more of them for my benefit and for your benefit. So I realize that some of these people are so smart and they have so much information and they do so many great things with their players, things that I never would even thought of, but things that you could also implement into your fitness program. And so I was thinking, let's start tying all that together. Let's bring their information in. And I would love to say that, I could throw up a blog and say, hey, Jason Glass, hey, Ben Shear, all these big name guys that you see on the fitness channel, and say, hey, would you mind writing a post and putting it on my blog? I'd get laughed out of the water. But that's the beauty of the podcast. Over the past few months, I've kind of got addicted to podcasts. Started listening to them in my car, and if you're new to the whole podcasting thing, hopefully you'll get hooked just like I did. But I listen to them all the time, and that's pretty much what is the bulk of my entertainment if I have my earbuds in. And so I've noticed that people with podcasts, really in many situations interview other experts in the field or experts in a certain niche. And it just kind of struck me like, hey, this could be a way to really kind of create a win-win for everybody, a win for you guys, because you're going to get the best information out there from the people that are really doing this stuff on tour. And that's what I want to bring you. That's my first and foremost goal, is to bring you as much good quality content as possible from the best sources. It's a win for me because, you know, selfishly, I get to talk to these folks. I get to meet them. I get to interact with them, and, you know, hopefully develop a relationship where I can help them, they can help me as far as learning to become better fitness professionals, and just better professionals in general. And I'm a big believer that the stronger you make your network and the bigger you make your network and the people that you affiliate yourself with, if they're smarter than you and they know more than you and you're willing to learn, that's only going to take you up several notches. So obviously that's a win for me, huge win. And then a win for them is, hopefully, and if this site goes the way that I would love for it to go and the podcast goes the way that I would love for it to go, to create as much exposure for these professionals as possible, you know, to create whatever audience we have here at 18strong.com, 18strong the podcast, and, you know, the people that I've worked with, if they can get exposure to these fitness professionals, hopefully that can drive some traffic and you know, notoriety their way, and more people can see the message that they have and the things that they're doing, because I know that there's some special trainers and fitness professionals and medical professionals, mental coaches, swing coaches, and even players. I want to get some players on here too. But the more exposure we can give to them and their brands, the better. So again, we wanted this site to be different. We wanted to not just be me. We wanted it to have real and relevant information that you could take tomorrow and put it into your fitness program, put it into your golf game, put it into your routine. You know, maybe it's even just learning how to practice better, or plan your practice, or create a program for yourself to work out with. And we didn't just want it to be a site about stretching for golf, because there's a lot of information on quote-unquote golf fitness that ends up just being, you know, how do you stretch and how do you warm up before your round? And I want to teach you the real way that these fitness professionals are working with their clients and the things that they're doing, because I think you'll be surprised with what you see. So again, the podcast is just another way to help bring in and tie all that into the website. I saw it as another unique way for people to learn. You know, we all learn different ways, so hopefully by providing you guys with text and content on the website, as well as audio stuff where we're actually talking and getting to know and meet these fitness professionals and these other people, you know, we want to create an environment where you can learn, we can learn, and hopefully you guys will help us figure out what it is that you want us to bring to the front of the table here. So it's been incredible so far. We've already done a few interviews, and I've had the opportunity to interview some very influential and, like I said, super intelligent and really prominent people in the golf and golf fitness world. You know, guys like Jason Glass, Damon Goddard, who is working with Jordan Spieth and has been for years, Dave Donatucci, who works with Michelle Wee, Stacy Lewis, Scott Langley, Peter Uline, guys like that, and just several other people that I've met. And I wish I could share all the names with you, but you'll just have to listen to the upcoming podcast in order to find out who else is on the books. But we've got some great content coming up, and I'm really excited. I plan to, at first, release an episode once every week. We're still kind of determining what our real schedule is going to be as the future unfolds, and if we can get more guests on the show. But for right now, we're going to look at uploading or downloading, however you want. Uploading, I guess, would be the proper term. Uploading one episode per week, which you can get by subscribing to iTunes, and or you can just find it on the 18strong.com website, where, you know, you can find all the episodes that are coming out. So I realize that in this busy world, you've got a lot of different options and things that are grabbing at your time and your attention. So first, I want to thank you for taking the opportunity, or for you taking the time and giving me the opportunity to speak in your earbuds today. And if you're listening to this in the future, hopefully you'll come back and listen to a few more episodes as well. We hope to keep you very entertained by bringing you some of the best coaches and players that are in the game of golf onto this podcast. We want it to be a format where it's just a pretty much laid-back discussion. You getting to know them, you getting to know me as the host. And really the whole focus, though, is going to be about you and how we can take what they're teaching, what they're learning, what I'm learning, and put it into usable tactics for you to take with you and improve your golf game. So we want to keep our fingers on the pulse of what's going on in the golf world, and to do that, we need your help. I need your help. So please let us know, by offering suggestions on, contact us at 18strong.com or on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter. If you can let us know who you want us to bring on the show, and, we'll do our best to get whoever we can, and what questions you want answered. What are the things that are really, keeping you up about your golf game? What do you struggle with? What do you struggle with fitness-wise, mental-wise, on the course? Nutrition, another big factor that we're going to be tying in a lot here. So once again, just want to thank everybody for being here, for listening to the podcast. Of course, we would love to have you give us a review in iTunes, preferably a great one. But we are looking for honest feedback, so give us an honest review in iTunes. Subscribe to get the downloads, and catch up with us on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. And I know that this is just the first episode, so if you need, give us a little bit of time. Hopefully we'll keep you coming back with great content and quality information. And again, I anticipate these podcasts to be very informational in the future, and I look forward to, experiencing this journey of a whole new platform with you. Please let me know what you think. Let me know how we can improve the show. And I just thank you guys for listening. You're awesome, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks for listening to the 18 Strong podcast at www.18strong.com. And remember, train hard, practice smart, and play better golf.